Are you a driver here in the lower mainland of British Columbia? Well, get ready to feel the pain. Yes, folks, elections have consequences, as Barack Obama once said. And with the province set to see a green-backed NDP government, we are about to get a glimpse at what exactly hard left environmental socialism looks like. First up is gas taxes that are set to hit 55 cents a litre once the carbon tax is raised. If that isn't enough, and it never is with these folks, the Regional Mayor's Council wants to come up with a plan for road pricing. What is road pricing? It's code for a new tax. They want to raise money to pay for new transit initiatives, so yesterday the Mayor's Council finalized their plans for a road pricing commission. Officially, the Mobility Pricing Independent Commission. It will be a 12-person team tasked with deciding how to punish drivers the most. According to North Vancouver Mayor Richard Walton, mobility pricing could include bridge tolls or road usage fees. It may include higher fees to use roads during rush hour and lower fees outside of peak times. Or it could be a levy on the distance each car travels. But that last one just sounds like another gasoline tax to me. And in fact, all of those ideas sound awful. But what's worse, it's not what voters want. In 2015, the Lower Mainland gave a resounding no to a new tax to pay for TransLink. In fact, the No TransLink tax campaign, headed by our good buddy Jordan Bateman, then with the Canadian Taxpayers Federation, is one of the greatest examples of a grassroots campaign on a shoestring budget. They took down the big money machine that was in favor of a regional sales tax of 0.5%. And it wasn't some kind of close result either. 62% of voters soundly rejected this plan. And yet the Mayor's Council and those who are pushing road pricing can't seem to get it through their heads that we don't want it. Of course, it will come as no surprise that the head of the Mayor's Council is Vancouver Mayor Gregor Robertson, who has been waging a war on cars since he was first elected in 2008. Robertson sounded pretty excited at the prospect of gouging us evil drivers even further under mobility pricing, saying yesterday, quote, "Mobility pricing is a key pillar of the Mayor's Council's 10-year vision that could fix Metro Vancouver's unfair user pricing regime, significantly reduce congestion, and deliver fair and stable funding for our transit and transportation network," unquote. Then he went on to tell CBC News, quote, "Millennium Line extension, Broadway subway, Surrey Light Rail, the Patella Bridge replacement. We have to figure out how we're going to pay for all of that," unquote. Well, actually, Mr. Mayor, we already figured that out. We aren't going to be paying for it with new taxes and fees. We sent you that message loud and clear when we rejected your first crack at gouging us. Again, 62% of voters voted against your planned transit tax. So I emailed the Mayor's office this morning to challenge their support for mobility pricing, given the voters' rejection of new taxes to pay for transit funding. Their response from Katie Robb, the Mayor's Director of Communications, was somewhat expected. Quote, "Hi, Christopher. There isn't a tax to comment on as there isn't one proposed," unquote. Well, I guess I should have predicted they wouldn't acknowledge mobility pricing as a tax. But that's exactly what this is. A new tax, a new fee, a new levy, whatever you want to call it, it's going to mean more money out of drivers' pockets. But here's the thing. There is a very simple way that Mayor Robertson can make all his long list of transit dreams come true. If local municipal governments, who are all part of this Mayor's Council plan, simply allocated 0.3% of their yearly 5% revenue growth, they could pay for it all. 0.3%, that's it. It's really not that much or that hard to do, but alas, it would mean less money for virtue signaling pet projects like public art, bike lanes, or $250,000 to shut down roads and host 2 mass bike rides throughout the city. No joke, folks, that's a real thing. Look, I'm sick of this war on cars, on drivers, and the ever-escalating cost of living in this city, and you should be too. If you agree that our local government should find their own ways to fund their pet transit projects, go to noroadtaxes.ca and sign the petition. I'll deliver it to the Mayor's Council. We need to remind our local government that we already voted against new transit taxes. So one more time, go to noroadtaxes.ca. Sign that petition. For the Rebel.media, I'm Christopher Wilson. noroadtaxes.ca. You know, if it wasn't enough for 62% of Lower Mainland voters to reject that TransLink tax, now the Mayor's Council is coming after our pocketbook again. noroadtaxes.ca. Sign the petition, I'll deliver it.